Hello, my beautifuls, lovelies, wonderfuls, amazings, and beloveds. Yes, that's you. Thank you for joining me. I am Maggie. And we are doing these videos every day. So if YouTube is not posting me up to you, please search for me and watch the videos. They are small, slow crawls, but on a positive direction. And what are we doing on this channel? We are doing Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And why are we doing this? Because it is a book on how to change lifelong self-defeating thinking habits. So if you even pick up one tool, it could change your life, and it'll change the lives. When you change your life, you change the life of everyone around you. But since a lot of us are helpers, we're going to use these skills to help others. So we are in part 2, chapter 7, and we are in the chapter 7 is the fourth principle, contemplation. So yesterday was Halloween. I hope you all had a wonderful Halloween, and let's go. And when you right now hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave your positive comments. And if you're not seeing me post up daily to you, please search me out, because these videos are very uplifting and positive, and I really appreciate your support. Okay, so we're going to get on to it. The mechanics of contemplation. Both Aristotle and Aldous Huxley offered us wonderful insights regarding the principle of contemplation. They both explained how the very act of reflecting on an idea, any idea, set the process of creation into action. This is an integral component of living in Excuses Be Gone, life. As we know, Aristotle wrote, contemplation is the highest form of activity. And Huxley hit it on the head when he reminded us that the very process allows our souls to open to the divine guidance that operates within us and everywhere in the universe simultaneously. So this is something too that as I'm moving through my life and my journey, I just feel that deeper and deeper calling by the Spirit of God. And I just feel that union that's coming forth in my seeking and in my doing and in my loving and in my shadow, in all that I am as I'm integrating myself. And I'm just saying, like, we're all on this journey. We're apart and together. We do our work within ourselves, but then that work, I am, but then we are. We're all connected. So all that we do helps one another. And we're just on this process to allow our souls to open to divine guidance, so that is what is operating in us and everywhere in the universe simultaneously, which is what he just said here. And I'm just saying, like, you are so much more than you know. If you do not know, if you don't know, now you know, please know. You are so much more than you know. And just please trust in that. And please walk the walk, talk the talk, do the work. Even if you feel like what's happening isn't reflecting to you what you want, you have pieces in you that are still needing to be integrated. But I want to express to you that you are beautiful, lovely, wonderful, amazing, and beloved in the Creator's eyes and in my eyes too. So please keep coming, because if you do the work will do you, and we are all needed in this. This is an all for one and the one for all. This is, so don't give up. Keep going, because you are needed, you are loved, you are important. Okay. I've also been greatly influenced on this subject by a brilliant scholar named Thomas Toro. In 1910, he delivered a series of lectures that became books, which forever changed the way we look at the process of creation and manifestation. His writings can help us understand the power of contemplation, particularly the relationship to creation itself. I urge you to read his remarkable treatise, The Creative Power Process in the Individual. So this is called The Creative Process in the Individual. So maybe we can look at, digging into that. I'm just making a note for us because we're going to be doing lots of things over the course of this wonderful channel as we progress towards, classes and live retreats and everything else. But I just want to encourage you because you are so needed. Do not give up, no matter how challenged you may feel you are at this time, because there's a purpose and a growing in that. Okay, in the foreword, Toro writes, "In the present volume, I have endeavored to set before the reader the conception of a sequence of creative action commencing with the formation of the globe and culminating in a vista of infinite possibilities attainable by everyone who follows up the right line for their unfoldment." In the subsequent pages, he relates that the entire cosmos was created by self-contemplation, and infinite possibilities are available if you would follow a pertinent sequence of creative action. This is all attainable for whoever is willing to follow up the right line. Okay? Toro asks you to get the steps of the creative process clearly in your mind as they relate to contemplation, and then watch excuses melt away and see the results of your efforts. Here is a summary of the 4-part sequencing or right line for your consideration. So 1, spirit is created by self-contemplation. The process of moving from non-being to being involves an invisible source, which we call spirit, deciding to expand into the world, of form. This is God expressing himself, herself, in all material things. Thus, coming from their originating nature, everything and everyone is the result of spirit contemplating itself and expressing its inherent life, love, light, power, beauty, and joy as a part of the material world. 2. So what it contemplates itself as being, it becomes. Okay. So what it contemplates itself as being, it becomes. So what we contemplate ourselves as being, we become, because we are the invisible source coming into form, us. So contemplation by spirit results in the manifestation of what is being contemplated. Toro goes in great length in his book to explain the divine ideal and how the very cosmos had to come into being as a result of how the originating spirit, Tao or God, engaged in its self-contemplation for the purpose of expressing life. Woo! Okay. 3. You are individualized spirit. Here's where you once again are urged to recognize your own divinity. You too were materialized from non-being spirit or to being, form. Ooh, here we go. By the self-contemplation of spirit itself. And spirit itself is oneness, indivisible. Since you are a piece of God, so to speak, the following conclusion is offered by Toro. Troward. Okay, 4. Therefore, what you contemplate as the law of your being becomes the law of your being. As he goes on to state that you must use your creative power of thought to maintain your unity with spirit rather than to create a separate sense of self that is cut off from spirit and suffers from poverty and limitation. So I'm going to read that again because we have really done a lot to put the bad guys over there and God over there versus realizing that she lives within us. Right? And if you are realizing that you are creating, God is within you creating, we wouldn't want to create misery. So as he goes on to state that you must use your creative power of thought to maintain your unity with spirit rather than to create a separate sense of self that cuts off the spirit and suffers from poverty and limitation. That is to say, as long as you're able to use your power of contemplation and stay in harmony with how spirit contemplates itself, you have precisely the same powers of manifestation. After all, in the truest sense of the word, you are the same as your originating spirit. The separate sense of self that Toro refers to comes from the troublesome ego. To understand the power of contemplation, you must strive to understand the law of your being as one that allows you to use your thought processes to remain aligned with spirit or source or energy. So this is very powerful because we are all, God is in us. And we are all creating the universe from within. So what are you creating? At the same time, as you become aware that everyone else has God in them too, they're also creating. So we want to bring ourselves into our highest value ordered self, our divine self. And we want to create and co-create with the Creator and with each other to bring forth the new earth. Because if we're all pulling and tearing and opposite of each other and opposite of the Creator, then we're going to keep seeing a lot of the junk that you do see. But when you actually poke into different realities where people are aware of their divinity and they are working to clean themselves up and to also create in the world that is a beautiful, amazing, lovely, wonderful, and beloved way, you get to experience the universe in a very different way within and without. So I want to just thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate your support, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm thankful for you. And create well, imagine wisely, and hit like, hit subscribe, and please post your positive comments. Also, if you are not seeing me post up on your YouTube, please search for me and watch these videos daily. And we also have the Short and Sweeties series, which is just short, quick affirmations on our beautiful bodies. So I look forward to seeing you, and thank you. So have a great day. And you know what's next? Peace in, peace out.